is Monday, January 31st, 2011, and this is your daily dose of reptile news. The last day of the month, finally. Summer is coming. Well, let's start today right at the bottom with the Komodo dragon that died last August at the St. Augustine alligator farm. Apparently, vets have determined that it was a viral infection that killed this Komodo dragon. The vet states that viral infections in lizards that young, 9-year-old Komodo dragon are not that uncommon. The dragon was supposed to breed with a 3-year-old female Komodo dragon in the future. And next we have a story that started circulating everywhere yesterday, and that was Wade Westbrook dying after being bitten by a copperhead. Now, of course, when I first got a hold of this story, I thought the same thing. You know, it happens. It's part of the game we play. It's unfortunate, but it happens. And then I started thinking about it further. And just the fact of what he was doing in relation to the area of the bite sounded kind of weird. Apparently, he was sexing the snake for a friend and was bitten just above the right elbow, which it seemed to me that if you were doing that, the bite would be closer to the handle or forearm or whatever. Well, later last night, I actually got the privilege to talk to one of Wade's friends who sent me a couple of updated news stories, which it almost sounds like to me like the police and wildlife officials are looking into something a little more sinister possibly, and one of the things they're looking into is the length of time it took for the friend to call 911. Now, Tennessee wildlife officials do say that it's against the law to keep copperheads as pets in Tennessee, and they're looking into that as well, and charges may be filed for that. A herpetologist also went on to state that a death from a copperhead bite was extremely rare, and copperheads are actually considered to be fairly mild bites when you get bitten by one. But at any rate, of course, it's very unfortunate that somebody was bitten and died, and you know, our thoughts are out to his family and friends and neighbors. He was a husband and a father, and it's unfortunate. And next up, king cobras apparently are having a little bit of trouble with some massive deforestation as well as some illegal alcohol brewing in their areas. Apparently it's pushing them into more populated areas that are populated by people. Now, researchers say that out of the majority of sightings that they had and captures that professional trappers had made were in bathrooms and courtyards of homes and stuff. And in the past, king cobras apparently, and now I did not personally know this until I read about it, but apparently they just didn't go around people. So the fact that the majority of those sightings were around people raises big red flags about them getting pushed out of their natural habitat, as well as the danger to human lives. And they do go on to state that they are extremely dangerous to people, and they can deliver up to 600 milligrams of venom with a single bite. And to end, we actually have a good story about the sea turtles. Apparently they're saying that the sea turtle nesting is at its highest rate in 10 years, which is just an awesome story. And you know, the more and more I read into this, the more I was just baffled by, we all know that humans here cause a lot of problems on this planet for the wildlife, the entire ecosystem, and it just boggled my mind at how the problems that these turtles had, and I never really looked into it before, so I didn't know obviously, but the problems, and they're for the most part all caused by us. They include fishing nets and commercial fishing lines, and even one person stated that the city lights disorientate the baby turtles and make them go further inland instead of out to sea, where they get trapped in storm drains and run over by cars, and a half a million other ways they can die. And with all that being said, that has been all your news for this Monday, January 31st, 2011. If you'd like to read any more of these stories, those links are right down there. Go ahead, down there. Yeah, there you go, right there in the description. And as always, if you're still watching, my name is Jason White. Now, you know what's going on in the reptile world. Be good to each other.